Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to my Nissan 350Z, which is currently sat behind me, very dirty, but its cleanliness doesn't matter today because today I got it remapped. So at the end of 2019, I took this down to Horsham Developments in its completely standard and stock form. Yes, I know it's still fairly stock, and it only got 254.7 brake horsepower. Now, from factory, they should hit 276, so it was quite down on power at that point. Since then, I have fitted new plugs and coil and injectors as well, new air filter as well, which made a noticeable difference when I drove it, and I've got the high-flowing cat. So I've already got the 3-inch catback exhaust system with twin power flow back boxes, but now I've got sports cats on it, which could make a difference. Well, that's what I thought. So earlier today, I took it down to Horsham Developments so we can see how much power it's running now and to see if we can get anything else out of it. Now, I was told that 350Zs, due to the fact that they're naturally aspirated and already running quite high, you can't get much power out of these from just a remap, and there's not much more you can do to them, especially the DE, which is the early engine, rather than the HR, the high revving one. So I wasn't expecting much. I thought if I could get close to the 276 figure that they were quoted at when they came out in 2006, which is 15 years ago now, I'd be happy. But before I show you what happened at Horsham Developments, a word from this video's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. As I'm sure you have heard, Raid Shadow Legends is its own unique world full of great looking champions, each from their own unique factions. For now, I shall show you the first faction of the game, the Banner Lords. And remember, you can use my links that are down below to download Raid Shadow Legends for yourself on both desktop and mobile. The Banner Lords are essentially stubborn medieval knights who had their land stolen by non-human enemies, of which they are doing everything in their power to reclaim. My personal favourite Banner Lord is the Knight Errant, and the level of detail that's gone into each and every character in this game is one of my favourite things about it. Each level and location comes with outstanding beauty and impressive quality. I also enjoy winning new champions after successful battles of mine. Two of my recent Banner Lords that I've discovered have been Crusader and Commander. I've also been summoning champions for myself in the tavern as well. And to add to this, Raid have released 5 new champions for you as part of their summer event, as well as a non-stop schedule of special fusion events to get a new champion tournaments and lots more. So hit my links in the video's description or scan my QR code to take part, and you will receive 1 epic hero, 200k in silver, 1 XP of boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard. All this treasure will be awaiting you here. So I shall see you in battle. So the first step for this car was to do a base run to see how much power it was running before we did any tuning to it, to see what we were working with. That is right, 277.8 brake horsepower. So it was already over what they came as standard 15 years ago. So I'd already gone only by 1.8 horsepower, but it was already more than standard, which I wasn't even going for that. I did all these mods, if you can call them that, out of necessity. I'm not chasing power with this car, it just kind of happened. So we then knew what we were working with, so the tweaks could then begin. So let me show you how this performed in subsequent runs. 280.7, an increase of 3 horsepower. 281.8, another horsepower. 282.3, half a horsepower there. 283.2, another full horsepower. And now it was time for the final run to see what we could get out of it. But before we did that, we had an idea. We did have a look into this car to see if we could run multiple maps on this. It could be adjusted by the cruise control little toggle. Unfortunately, it couldn't, so we can't run multiple maps. So we just fancied seeing what this car would be like with A pop and bang map. So they plugged it in again and gave it the map that you probably all hate, just so I could hear it. So we put a camera inside the booth, which I wasn't allowed to be in, so luckily the team at Horsham Developments filmed this for me to show you what my car sounds like with a pop and bang map. So, as loud and amazing as that was, I thought it might be a little bit annoying to have permanently whenever you lift off the throttle. So, unfortunately or fortunately, I'll let you decide. I decided to tell them to remove that because I didn't want to be too boisterous. It's already quite loud with the high flowing cats and the custom exhaust system, so the locals don't like it as it is. Let me know in the comments, did I make the right choice or the wrong choice? I don't know, should I put the map on again? But anyway, we let the car cool down a little bit because it doesn't provide peak power when it's a little bit warm, to see if we could beat 283.2 brake horsepower. And this was the final run. So, 285.4 brake horsepower. It was far more than I ever expected this to get. 30 horsepower more than it was in 2019, and just about 10 horsepower more than standard, and I've barely even done anything to this. I mean, I could put a plenum spacer on it, that'll get me an extra 5. Other than that, there's not much more power you can get out of these engines, especially the early DEs. Now, whilst it's not the wild figure that you'd expect to see on these turbo modern cars these days of over 500 or something, 285 is very impressive for a car that's done 120,000 miles and barely been touched. So it's good to me. So this is now going to be my first drive properly booting it, because I nursed it here so I could experience it with you to see if I can notice the difference, that extra 30 horsepower from 2019 and then an extra 10 horsepower from yesterday. So yes, I'm sorry it's dirty. It's normally cleaner than this, but not today. Today is just a tune. I didn't need it clean for that. Let's start up the ignition. Oh, that's better. Oh, but didn't it sound good, guys? As nice it would be to have a 300 horsepower car in this, I don't think that's realistically ever going to happen unless I supercharge it or turbocharge it. They also adjusted the throttle response as well, so it should feel a little bit different. There's a bridge. Let's go under the bridge. Here we go. Traction control was on. Sometimes that doesn't like you changing quickly into the next gear, and it seems it doesn't like that even more now, so well, it's definitely a lot more free-flowing and a bit boisterous. I think a pop and bang map would have been funny for about an hour, but then it would get a bit tiring. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I like that. It's not too bad. It sounds great as well. I mean, this car is just my daily chariot. I use it to get to and from A to B. It just sounds a bit nicer than a standard car, and it goes a bit better than just a standard car would. I mean, I could go for GTR, but that's like, I don't know, 5 times the money, no, more than 5 times the money for not 5 times the car. Well, no, it's more than 5 times the car. I don't want to spend that much money on my daily car. This is worth like, what, 4 or 5 grand? I can chuck it around, have some fun, take it to shows. The only thing that lets it down now is the roof. The roof, the darn roof. I still can't get anyone to sort this out. So the motors are not strong enough to open the roof, and I just want to take the car to a place, give them the car, chuck them the keys, give them a bit of money, and then get it back afterwards with a roof that can go down. But seems the only option would be to rebuild the motors myself or send them away or buy some from eBay. It's just unreliable. I just want someone who's done it before, who can say, yep, done. That's proving to be quite difficult. One day, hopefully, I'll have a roof that can go down. It's torquey. It is torquey. 271 foot-pounds of torque. Obviously, these are small figures compared to all the other hooligans and their properly tuned cars. I'm still going to class this as standard. So I don't put a lot of videos like this on YouTube about my own cars, my own lifestyle, but some of you like knowing about my cars and what they get up to. That felt quite quick. So nonetheless, a little insight to my ownership of my 350Z and the amount of power that you can or can't get out of them. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Go follow me on Instagram for all the highlights and updates about the meets that I go to, the cars that I drive and the cars that I own, because that's where I put all the information about everything that you might want to know. But for now, thanks for watching.